True fact about Medavog. True fact about Medavog is Throwback Thursday could be a trinket tray. You're so gay. Anyways, Throwback Thursday. Christian Dior. Christian Dior has always been my favorite fashion designer since I was a teen in the 1980s. Christian Dior was my first encounter in fashion in the early 80s, glancing through Vogue magazines and GQ magazines in the year 1984. And at the time, I didn't know who Christian Dior, but I loved the clothing of Dior. Later, when I was 17, I started the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. And in 1989, that was the year that I founded Medavog. That's another video. Right now, let's stick to Christian Dior. Christian Dior, folks. He needs the testosterone because he's getting old, like Christian Dior. So, folks, true story, Christian Dior, my favorite fashion designer. Here in my storage, looking at all my fabulous wrapping papers, very organized. Everything you open is something. Anyways, Christian Dior was my favorite, has always been my favorite designer. Not the new Dior. Well, Christian Dior, the house of Dior, has always been one of my favorites. And Christian Dior himself was gay. And he lived to be, he died in 1957 of a heart attack. An unprecedented fashion designer, Yves Saint Laurent, would take over the house. Cristobal Balenciaga. Yves Saint Laurent will take the house of Dior. And then Cristobal Balenciaga would take the house of Dior later in the 60s, if I'm right. Well, Christian Dior, folks, he would go to his house away from Paris every year, and he would design the collection based on his flowers. And that is why Christian Dior has a lot of flowers. Every year, roses are part of his collections. Christian Dior and that silhouette, that peplum of the 1940s that he created, the new look. Well, to finish this video on a Throwback Thursday, I'm hoping I can get this show on the road. I did the Christian Dior new look. See, that's his model, his first model. And unfortunately, I had a bite, like a brown recluse of some sort, and it almost ruined the tattoo. And the rainbow flag, now that we're here and we're queer and we're getting serious about life, as we speak. The day that the 49 people were massacred in Orlando on a Sunday, I believe, or on Saturday, I immediately got this tattoo done. I got the rainbow in. I got put in the color on that Monday as a tribute to the people that were killed in Orlando, Florida, that very next day. No funerals were taking part yet, and I got this tattoo done. I got filled it in because it was supposed to be like a I have other tattoos, but the Dior is a tribute to Christian Dior for what he did in his 10 years in life and fashion. And then with the massacre, I filled it in later years with the rainbow, as you can see. So you got a lot of information on this video, folks. So just remember one thing, that where everything comes to an end, everything comes to an end, but love always wins.